What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Vinyl this time, and black metal is the name of the game we play here today. I have a nice little stack of black metal records to run through here today. But before I get into doing that, I got a couple of things to say first and foremost. Next week, aside from the video that I'm going to be planning to upload Monday, there will be no reviews or collection updates because I am in the planning of heading out to Austin next weekend for the 3rd edition of Red River Family Fest at Barracuda in Austin. I've been attending that fest these last couple of years, and this year is looking to be one of the most stacked lineups to date. Finn, Imperial Triumphant, Uada, Dispirit, Woe, Vilcasis, Deletere, Triumvirfal, Sacro Curse, just to name a few. Just a very, very strong lineup this year, and I will be there in attendance. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope to see some of you guys out there if any of you guys live in the Austin or Texas area. So, let's party next weekend. And another little fun little factoid I found out. This is Arsenal inventory number 110. I really don't pay attention to counting these videos all that often, but out of curiosity, I decided to do a little bit of looking up, and this little change in the collection update since 2016, I've done 110 of these videos, so that was just something I didn't even know I even did, but here we are, Arsenal inventory number 110. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope you've been enjoying these collection update videos that I've done consistently throughout these last couple of years. But anywho, let's get this party started. What we're listening to in the background, Dark Funeral, Where Shadows Forever Reign. Let me say for the record, only blue color scheme Dark Funeral is real. Blue color scheme Dark Funeral is when they are at their absolute best. And this is the best shit that they've done in a very, very long time. This album fucking rules. Blue Color Scheme Dark Funeral is real. Okay. These first two records I'm going to show you are of the same artist, and they both have a couple of things in common. Both releases represent some of the best material of this band's existence, and both of these releases, in a way, are cursed. You're going to see what I mean when I show this to you first, so let's get this underway here. This is Leviathan with the first sublevel of Suicide. Yeah. I believe this was a 2017 release. Of course, if you know Leviathan, one-person project, Rest, Jeff Whitehead, whatever you want to call it. Leviathan is his project, and of course Leviathan is one of the most revered, respected, loathed, loved, hated, whatever you want to call it, US black metal projects to ever exist. And this compilation is of material that was recorded in 2002, around the time of the 10th sublevel of Suicide, which was of course the debut full-length from Leviathan. And these are just a handful of recordings taken from that early era and session during the time period. And some of these songs showcased an idea of what Leviathan was all about. The howled vocals, the wretched screams, the guitar riffs, the blast beats. Definitely has that really deep, dark, modern sort of edge going for it. But then you have songs like Scenic Solitude and Leprosy, He Whom the Shadows Move Towards, Mine Molten Armor, some absolutely killer Leviathan tracks. Of course, later on in Leviathan's career, we would get nothing short of classics and masterpieces from this album, but this is a very interesting compilation to show what potential things would be soon to come from Leviathan as far as the early first bits of material were concerned. I don't know if there's going to be any sorts of second, third, fourth, or fifth sublevels of Suicide, but if that happens, that'll be at the discretion of Rest. But anywho, here's the front cover. As you can see, this is the second press. The first press of the record had Leviathan in some sort of a pose, Rest in some sort of a pose, but this is the original cover. There you see Rest's face paint, the infamous moon right there, the first sub-level of Suicide. You already know what label this is. I'm not going to say the name of the label. You can figure this out for yourself. Back cover with track listing and credits. I like what it says at the bottom here. All summonings and hate speech by Rest, recorded on a Tascam Necro recorder with a K by Rest in 2002. Yeah. Pretty bare bones record, but this is the second press, and this comes on a very nice crystal clear vinyl. There you have side A, side B. Decent quality for this record, I must say. But yeah, if you're interested in finding out the early beginnings of Leviathan, I would definitely say give a listen to the first sub-level of Suicide. Yeah, very intriguing compilation of stuff from Leviathan. But wait, there's more. There's another release that Leviathan put out through this certain label that I think everybody needs to listen to, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows what this material is and what it sounds like. But yeah. Once again, this is Leviathan with Unfailing Fall into Naught. Yeah. I believe this came out this year. I could be wrong, but yeah, I believe this is another Leviathan compilation. This is a compilation of two pieces of material that many Leviathan fans are best known and familiar with. The Blind Wound EP and the two songs from his split with Zaster. Now, the songs from the split with Zaster represent some of the best material Leviathan ever wrote, with, of course, Unfailing Fall into Naught and the remotest cipher beside the last breath vanished. Absolutely amazing songs, and of course it's very intriguing to hear this material on this compilation. But then of course you have the songs from the Blind Wound EP. Very, very awesome tracks. Odious Convulsions, They Are Not Worthy of His Name, Another Sip of Fear. Absolutely classic Leviathan songs going on here. But yeah. Very intriguing compilation of some of the best material that Leviathan ever did. But yeah, here's the front cover. Matte finish jacket, very nice quality on this thing. There you see the Leviathan moon and some sort of snake creature around it to give that sort of unique Ouroboros effect, I'm guessing. Back cover, track listing and credits. You already know what this label is. And I don't know what pressing this is, and I believe this is limited to 200 copies. And this comes on a translucent red vinyl. Side A, side B. Yeah. Quality's alright, I guess. I see some little black marks on these records. I don't know if you're able to see it well or not. You'd have to see it in person, but some of these records have black little specks on them. I don't know if that's because of the pressing plant or whatever, but it's whatever. But yeah. Unfailing Fall into Naught, very interesting Leviathan compilation. And I should also state for the record that I bought both of those records from Nuclear War Now, because unlike certain labels, Nuclear War Now will never let you down. Yosuke is for the most part on top of his game, and I got those records in very, very great condition. Nothing got messed up, nothing got bent, nothing got... I didn't have to email him to get something fixed. He took care of that business very, very well. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys have an interesting story to tell or two about that particular label. So if you've gotten those records from that certain label, feel free to let me know how things went and if anything got to you properly. There were no mess ups or anything like that. But yeah, come on. Some of y'all need to be smarter than that about that type of shit. Okay, moving on from that hot mess, we have some 2018 black metal, and this first one is of an album that has been long anticipating for many fans of the Nidrosian style of black metal. This is MARE with Ebony Tower. Yeah. 2018 release through Territor Possessions, and this is the debut studio full-length from MARE. Of course, if you're not familiar with MARE, they are a Norwegian black metal band that have had a long-standing history of putting out some incredibly solid and top-notch material, most notably 2 EPs that came out around 2007 and 2010, Throne of the 13th Witch and Spheres Like Death, respectively. This band had a series of great demos, but those EPs really set the bar for what MARE were all about. This full-length album had a lot going into it and a lot to live up to, I would say, but I think this MARE album is a massive success in my opinion. There's just so much great things to be heard on this record. I love the vocal work that's being done on here. I kind of get that early 1990s mayhem sort of vibe going on with those vocals, those really deep sung sorts of vocal styles going on here. Really loving that aspect about this record, but musically, this is very, very strong stuff. I love the riffs, I love the drum work, I just love how all natural this album feels. This definitely has a very smooth and natural sort of tone going for it, but I think this is a very, very awesome debut album. I don't think this will quite match up to the 2 EPs that preceded this, but I think MARE are continuing to form their own sort of unique style and sound with Ebony Tower, and I think this is a very awesome release. But yeah, this came in a slipcase, which surprised me when I ordered it from Dark Descent, because you can get Territor Possession stuff in the United States, so this came in this really nice slipcase. There you see a little bit of a spot gloss thing going on here. Sabatum Lunae Nidrosia. Yeah, of course, this is Nidrosian black metal. You see on the spine here, it says Ebony Tower. You can't really see that well because it's black on black, but you take out the slipcase and you have the actual album cover in question. More spot gloss going on here. Very, very nicely done. Back cover with track listings, Territor Possessions, the band members. Very cool gatefold with lyrics and credits for all the songs. Little bit of a liner note thing going on here. And I just got the standard black vinyl edition of this. Side A, Side B, Side 1, Side 2, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this MARE album is really good, and I am very excited to see what happens for MARE next in the future. But yeah, MARE, Ebony Tower, Territor Possessions, definitely go check this one out. Absolutely worth your time. Slip it back in the slipcase here. Yeah, slipcases are a pain in the ass sometimes, but hey, what can you do? Oh yeah, MARE, Ebony Tower, we'll check this one out. This next one here is something that I didn't even know was going to come out. I mean, I saw it on Arcane Altar and I was wondering what the hell it was, and then I did, upon further investigation, I found out that it was a brand new full-length from this album, and I was shocked. This is Candelabrum with Portals. Yeah. This is the second full-length album from Candelabrum, released through Altar Productions. And of course, if you're not familiar with Candelabrum, it is a Portuguese raw black metal project. Of course, you may know Candelabrum best for the series of demos that this project put out, and then this Candelabrum project pretty much took the black metal underground by storm with the Necrotelepathy full-length. That album really set a very high bar for what would be soon to come from the Portuguese black metal underground, and that record had so much great stuff going for it. The vocals, the synths, the guitar playing, the drumming. I mean, I definitely feel like this is a spiritual project to Black Celice. It probably is the same guy from Black Celice, but who fucking knows? But anywho, Portals dropped unexpectedly, and upon listening to this album, I could tell that this is a completely different sort of record from an aesthetic, vocal, many different things set this apart from Necrotelepathy. I mean, one thing to point out is the fact that the vocals are very different. A lot more retched, a lot more growl heavy, very strong vocal work going on here. Very high emphasis on keys and synths going on to this record. I mean, listening to tracks like The Axis of Existence and Dusk Poisoner of Souls, absolutely amazing songwriting going on here with those tracks. And then, of course, you have the big, long track on this record, Death Enthroned in White Marble, parts 1, 2, and 3. Absolutely tremendous song. One of the strongest tracks that you'll hear in 2018 so far. But yeah, this is a completely different full length in comparison to Necrotelepathy. But I think Candelabrum are switching things up quite nicely. Very strong and hard-hitting material from Candelabrum with Portals. One of the best black metal records of 2018 in my opinion. But anywho, here's the front cover. Very ominous shrouded figure going on here. Here's the back cover. There you see the Candelabrum logo, Portals, this border with the track listing and credits. Comes with a couple of interesting things here. You got a fold-out poster of the artwork, which I think is pretty neat. Would have liked to see a poster for the other side of this jacket, but oh well, what can you do? Lyric sheet, which is cool. Little moon right there, planet. And there, of course, you see the same image from the front, plus the Candelabrum warning. Candelabrum stands against nowadays black metal. Death will hunt you down, you know who you are. So that way you know you're listening to a Candelabrum record for sure. And I don't know the limitation on this. I believe this is the first press. I got this from Nuclear War Now in the United States. And this is on a standard black vinyl. Side A, Side B. You can tell more attention and dedication was put into this release than when they first put out Necrotelepathy. Of course, everybody remembers the fold-out cover, the DIY labels on the center of the record. Then it eventually got a proper repress, but this one just got a very nice treatment all the way throughout. But yeah, very good follow-up album to Necrotelepathy. Portals is in a complete league of its own. But yeah, Candelabrum, Portals, go check this one out. This next one came out, I believe, at the very beginning of 2018, and it's interesting I mentioned Nuclear War Now a bunch in this video. This is a Nuclear War Now release, and this is quite an intriguing and fascinating one for many different reasons. Not to mention, this is going to be the only album here that has a full-color artwork piece. Yeah, this is Dreadful Relic with Hyborian Sorcery. Yeah. 2018 release through Nuclear War Now, and this is a very intriguing sort of project based out of many different parts of the world, most notably the US, Greece, and Finland. Yeah, this is a black metal project that very much harkens back to the era of the first wave of black metal. I mean, if you're into like maybe Venom or Bathory or Hellhammer or any of that sort of shit, that's what you get here with this project. And you get it songs like Crom's Ruinous Winds, the title track, Stygian Oath, Gravedigger of a Rotten World, and you can tell that this material is very intriguing. The vocals are different, the drum work sounds natural, just everything about this record feels old school rooted music, old school rooted lyrics. It's just very interesting stuff, and yeah, very awesome debut full length, and this definitely serves as a nice little catalyst to everything that Dreadful Relic had put out in the past. Very strong stuff here. But anywho, here's the front cover. Beautiful album cover. Joe Patagno did this artwork. You know, of course, who Joe Patagno is if you're familiar with all of his artwork and drawings. He did this album cover art here. Very beautiful stuff. Back cover, track listing and credits. Of course, you know, if you have a good eye, you'll know exactly who these dudes are. I'm pretty sure this is the guy from Goat Moon doing the the drumming on this record. And of course you have these other two dudes. I believe one of them used to sing for Der Stürmer. The other one is currently still in Der Stürmer, their guitar player. Pretty much sketchy dudes playing first wave black metal. And the guy, Desolate Wings of the Pagan Dawn, I believe that dude is involved in Demoncy in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if he does keys for Demoncy or whatever, but very intriguing that he has a stake in this Dreadful Relic project. Got a lyric sheet here with some lyrics and credits. There you see the Dreadful Relic logo. Comes with a poster of the artwork in question, plus all the band members in question. Very, very cool. And this came in two different sorts of variants. I believe there was a Die Hard edition that had a color record, and a patch. But I just got standard black vinyl. I like the center labeling here with the chain and the right around it. Very, very cool. Side B. Top quality record as per usual from Nuclear War Now, but yeah, if you're into the first wave of black metal, Dreadful Relic is an interesting project to be checking out, but it's definitely going to make you bang your head too, so yeah. Dreadful Relic, Hyborian Sorcery, definitely check this one out if you're interested. And last but not least, we're going to head back into black and white album cover territory with a very underrated gem from the middle 2000s. This is AVSKY with Mass Destruction. Yeah. This is the debut full-length from AVSKY from 2007. I believe that this is the repress from Humanity's Plague Productions in the United States. But yeah, AVSKY are based out of Sweden, and they play this very misanthropic, traditional sort of style of black metal. Very angry, very nihilistic sort of sounding stuff, but they made something very special here with this full-length album, and almost 10 plus years later, this album still holds up very, very nicely. Songs like The Vultures, Knowledge and Hate, Like a Tumor That Has to Be Removed. That's a crazy song title, but the music and lyrics on that song are so awesome. Very, very good and strong full-length album. There's just a lot of great qualities about this album that I feel more people need to be paying attention to and appreciating here all this time around with Mass Destruction. Of course, I wish there would be more AVSKY material, but whether or not that happens, we'll see how all of that goes. But yeah, this album still holds up very nicely, and definitely this album serves as a solid precursor to more awesome Swedish black metal. But anywho, here's the front cover. Nice matte finish on this jacket. Very recognizable artwork. Album cover of the main guy here. Black and white face paint. I just love this album cover. It's one of my favorites, personally. Comes with a couple of interesting things. Of course, back cover, of course. Track listing. Comes with a lyric sheet. Some of the songs and credits and who's involved. Some selected lyrics get tracks. Northern black metal on the bottom of this thing here. Comes with a poster of the artwork in question. Very, very cool. And I don't know the limitation for this particular pressing of this AVSKY record, but this has got a standard black vinyl. Very basic center labels here, but the quality is very good. But yeah, Mass Destruction is a very, very awesome Swedish black metal record, and I definitely think more people need to be paying attention to it. So yeah, AVSKY, Mass Destruction, go check this one out. And with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video. I'm going to leave you some links to some of the bands I talked to you about here in this video. If you happen to have heard or own any of these releases, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and we can go from there. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Hell out.